Hi. Uh, for today, I would like to share with you a novel entitled لعبة السعادة أو الحياة القصيرة لمراد زاهر. It's a novel written by Algerian arabophone male writer Bachir Mefti, and we can translate the title into The Game of Happiness or The Short Life of Mourad Zaher. The novel was co-published in 2016 by اختلاف and ضفاف Edition. So the events of the novel take place between 1963 and 1978, a period that corresponds to the post-colonial era in Algeria, and to be more precise, it more or less corresponds to the presidential terms of former President Houda Boumediene. So we can say that it is also kind of critical reading to what was happening politically and socially speaking during this time. The protagonist is a young man called Mourad Zaher. He is also the narrator of the novel, so the whole text is given through the first voice narrative. And he is a young man called Mourad, and he comes from a very simple and peasant family that used to live in a small village called Al-Matmoura. Al-Matmoura in Arabic means literally buried, and as Mourad himself defines this place in the narrative, it is a place that can be considered somehow out of space and out of history. So it's a very marginal village, as so many other villages in the country. When Mourad first appears, he is a high school pupil, so I guess that he is around 16 or something, with a real passion for studies and knowledge. Unfortunately, when he is about to move to high school, he's going to lose his mother, and this will constitute a life-changing event for him. During the funerals, we have the introduction of a new character, his uncle. His uncle is a man called Khalid bin Younes. He is a former freedom fighter who lives now in Algiers, and actually we come throughout, as the novel progresses, we learn that he is a very powerful man with a lot of connections and with a lot of influence. So then he's going to move with his uncle to Algiers, and we will see the change that will take place within Mourad Zaher's personality as such. So we will see how this new lifestyle will completely influence him, change him progressively, and we can say that the novel is really built on these oppositions then between the rural setting and the urban one, between innocence or between good and evil, between youth and between young and old, between good and bad, and so on. So Mourad Zaher's former life, that was really characterized by purity and so on, will be substituted by a new life, one that is really shaped by money, luxury, and sex. In many regards, we can compare the story of Mourad to the legendary Faust. This man who was really just like Mourad, keen and obsessed with knowledge and with reading and knowledge and so on, and in order to have more, to acquire more knowledge and power, he decides to make a pact with the devil. So the devil was supposed to give him all what he wants, but in return Faust was obliged to pay with a very high price, which is his own soul. So I personally see many of these characteristics in this in Mourad's story, and at the same time I think that we can see in Mourad a kind of analogy to the young Algeria that after independence was full of dreams and expectations and so on. And we see that this innocence and this passion and so on were really crushed by by the political system and by the corruption that characterize it. Also, this very controversial period, actually, which is seen very differently according to the standpoint. So لعبة السعادة then is a novel that offers an interesting reading of a critical and often controversial period in Algerian history, and it's also a novel that reflects on the conflicting and complex nature of human beings. To close with, I would like to share with you this very short passage. الصمت لغة أتقنها جيدا. تعلمت أشياء كثيرة من حياتي القصيرة. أستطيع أن أقول إنني مدين لصمتي أحيانا. لقد تربيت على احترامه لكي أستطيع الوصول إلى ما أريد، وفي نفس الوقت كان يتجاذبني شعور آخر، أن صمتي كان مجرد وقاية لا غير، محاولة لتبرير فشل ذريع في أن أكون ما أرغب فيه لا ما يرغب فيه غيري. تعلمت هذه اللعبة متأخرا، والتي تكمن ببساطة في الأمور التالية: لا يعرفون عني الكثير، على عكسي تماما، أعرف كل تفاصيل حياتهم، ويا للعجب، تلك كانت طريقتي للتواصل مع الآخرين. شكرا.